red paint. Peller gave him a hurt look, but McCall shook his head and held the red-daubed finger up for patience. With a grin, McCall rubbed his red-tipped finger over part of his yellow snake, creating an orange blob. Peller saw the color change and, with little encouragement from McCall, picked up a trace of McCall's yellow and rubbed it on his red snake to create a duplicate orange spot. In short order, McCall introduced blue paint from the third pot and showed the child how to make purple and green by combining blue with red and yellow. "Can you draw me a picture of yourself?" McCall asked. "Use any color." Inspired, Peller produced a multicolored self-portrait in the way of all those who had only 3 turns on Pern, exactly the same way that those who were only 3 years old back on long-forgotten Earth would have done, complete with arms sticking out of heads. The mouth in the big round head was upturned and smiling. "Great! Could you draw me too?" McCall asked. Peller happily complied. "I see my mouth is pointing down," McCall remarked of the finished drawing. "Are you saying I'm sad?" Peller nodded. "Why is that?" McCall asked. In response, Peller combined all 3 colors onto one fingertip and drew a brown shape, a long, sinewy line crossed by another gull-shaped line. "Zist! Get in here!" McCall called. Harper Zist raced inside, looking back and forth from Peller to McCall. "Did you tell him I was a dragon rider?" "It may have come up," Zist admitted. "Did you tell him the color of my dragon?" McCall pointed to one drawing. "No, I don't think so," Zist said, examining the drawing himself. "Come to think of it, I don't think I ever knew myself." McCall grunted. He looked at Peller and pointed at the drawing. "Is that my dragon?" Peller nodded, eyes sad. "How did you know what color to paint it?" McCall asked. Peller raised a paint-covered finger and gently pointed at McCall's eyes. "I want the boy to train with me," McCall told Zist. "Healing, painting, tracking, meditation, I'll teach him everything I know." Chapter 1. Sent from hold, sent from craft, whether old, whether daft, shunned for good into the wild, father, mother, baby child. Harper Hall, second interval after landing, AL 490.3. "He's still waving, isn't he?" Master Zist called back for the 3rd time. He sat at the front of the wagon as it slowly drew away from the Harper Hall. The last of the winter snow covered the fields on either side of the track. Every now and then the wagon skidded as the work beast lost his footing on the hard-packed, icy snow and struggled to regain it. "Yes, he is," Kayla agreed, looking back out of the brightly painted wagon at the small figure slowly diminishing in the distance. "We couldn't bring him," Zist said regretfully. "He'd be too obvious." At least, Zist thought to himself, the lad was taking it better than he had when they had first told him their plans. Peller had thrown a silent tantrum, had sprawled on the ground to the Harper Hall's courtyard, feet and fists hitting the ground in his outrage. He stopped only when Carissa had started howling in sympathy with him. "She's crying for me, isn't she?" he scrawled quickly on the slate that was never far from his hands. "Yes, I suppose she is," Kayla answered. Peller swiftly rubbed his slate clean and scrawled a new comment on it, thrusting it under Zist's eyes. "Are you taking her?" "We have to. She's still nursing." "We want to know that you're safe here," Kayla added. "Aren't I part of your family?" Peller scrawled in response, tears streaming down his face. "Of course you are," Zist declared vociferously. "And we need you, as a member of our family, to stay here out of trouble." "You are always part of our family, Peller," Kayla said firmly. "You've been part of our family since we first found you 10 turns ago," Zist told him. "Then why can't I come?" Peller scrawled on his slate, his mouth working soundlessly in emphasis. "Because we don't know who abandoned you," Zist told him, catching Peller's chin in his hand and forcing the youngster to meet his eyes. "It could be some who were shunned. If you come with us and they see you, they'll know that we're not shunned."
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.